up, my channel? Welcome back to another video. I am going to be doing a little bit of vlogging today. It's almost dinner time, so I'm gonna go to the store and get stuff for tacos because that's what I'm in the mood for. I have to pick up one of my Hispanic Heritage Month library books, so we will be cruising on over to the library to do that, and then I will be announcing my TBR for Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month. Also, this is what I have to deal with. Why are you on the table? You know you're not supposed to be up here. Raven. She doesn't even care. I'm going to get my cupcake fix.
I'm not eating it.
So I've successfully retrieved a cupcake from my local bakery, and I also got a lemon bar because I have no self-control. I'm going to be returning The Lying Game by Ruth Ware. I read 100 pages into this book and I was really excited to read it because I was absolutely in love with In a Dark, Dark Wood. But The Lying Game is literally the same novel with friends who haven't seen each other in a long time getting back together, and they have a secret that they're covering up. The remote, creepy location. I feel like she rewrote In a Dark, Dark Wood, but it lost a lot of its suspense, and I don't know, it just didn't, the novel didn't have the same genuine feel that In a Dark, Dark Wood did, and after 120 pages, I just decided to put it on the shelf permanently, so I'm gonna be returning it and then picking up my books for Hispanic Heritage Month. I actually love how pretty this building is. It looks like a boarding school. Look. Oh, these I like. It's Raven. What's on that? Nothing. Okay, so I managed to fall asleep for 2 hours and now the light is dwindling, but I'm in the middle of chopping up my potatoes, and then we have steak going. We're gonna go grill some steak tacos, and then we're gonna go outside to the grill. It might be a little bit dark, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. Welcome to my kitchen. I have oil heating on the stove so that I can fry my tortillas. I also have potatoes sauteing on the stove, so I'm just gonna stay in the kitchen so I don't light anything on fire because that is something that would happen. For Hispanic Latinx Month, I picked out 5 books that I will be reviewing, and the first one is In the Time of Butterflies by Julia Alvarez. I've actually had this book on my shelf for a really, really long time. All I know about this book is that it is loosely based off of the Las Mariposas, which means the butterflies, for 3 revolutionary sisters living in an oppressed society in the Dominican Republic in the 1960s. They were murdered for their plot to overthrow the government. Now, the book takes place in the 1960s with 4 of the... Okay, my cat just jumped on my trash can and then knocked my tripod sideways, so that's life as a cat owner. In the book, there are 4 of the Mariposas sisters, and it takes place in the 1960s when they are teenagers, I believe. So I'm really excited to get into this book. I know that it has a lot of political undertones and that it is a reimagining of what might have happened to these revolutionary women. The next book that I have is The Mastery of Love. This is by Don Miguel Ruiz, and it has also been sitting on my shelves for a very long time. I got this book from an ex-girlfriend from a birthday years ago, and I never read it. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a quick read. It has large print and is only about 175 pages, so I'm sure that I'll breeze through this. The first book was Mastery of Awareness, and the second is Mastery of Transformations. And the third book, Mastery of Love, asserts that once you master the art of caring for yourself and caring for others and having healthy, stable relationships, you will then have full, total control of your life. And so I'm not much of a self-help book person. I usually find that they are condescending and rather unapplicable to my life. So I'm in the process of editing this video. I literally just got out of the shower and have my bare face on, and I'm about to go to ballet class. But I'm in the process of editing this video, and I realized that she gave me that self-help book because I'm garbage at being in love and in relationships, and that she was just throwing hella shade at me on my birthday. But joke's on you, because I'm still trash at relationships. So I'm going into this completely blind. I have no expectations one way or the other, but I do hope that I will love it. Oh my God, hold on. I'm gonna go stir my potatoes. I can hear them sizzling. Okay, the potatoes are done, so I just threw them off to the side, and once I wrap up this TBR, I am going to start frying my tortillas. The next book that I'm going to be reading is Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado. I actually have been a little guilty. I've been sneaking into my favorite local bookstore and reading this book on the sly, so I'm already like halfway through it, but I'm so impressed, and I've just been absolutely enamored and haven't had the spirit to commit to the book because I have so much else going on. However, now that Latinx Heritage Month is upon us, I think it will be the perfect reason to finish this anthology. It is a collection of short stories, some of them dystopian and feminist in nature, others that are queer and revolutionary. Basically, it's a piece of contemporary fiction dealing with women's lives in the past and present. And like I said, I've already been flying through this book. I can't wait to finish it and then form a collective opinion of the short stories. The next book that I'm bringing to you is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Many of you are probably familiar with this book. It's gotten a lot of attention on BookTube in the last few months, and I think it would be the perfect read for Latinx Heritage Month because the protagonist, The protagonist, Evelyn Hugo, is a retired bisexual Cuban actress who has been living in solitude. She's a bit of a recluse, and then she suddenly reaches out to a reporter and... What is it? But then she suddenly reaches out to a reporter and wants to tell her life story along with the lives she had lived with each of her 7 husbands. I've heard that this book is many things, that it is sexy and enticing, revolutionary and bold, and I just can't wait to form my own opinions and let you know what I think of this story. And then the last book that I will be reviewing is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I put a hold on this book at the library, and then when I got there, it wasn't there. So I'm gonna have to do some hunting for this book, but I'm really excited about the premise. It takes place in a world where science and medicine combine to give you the date that you will inevitably die. The book follows 2 different protagonists. Both are queer men who have been given their death date. They know that they're going to die today, and then they download an app that allows them to connect with one another and spend their last day together. I've been hearing really fantastic things about this book, praising its queerness and its intersectionality, but also the depth of the world that Adam Silvera has created apparently is incredibly interesting. And world building is the biggest thing that I look for in a sci-fi or a fantasy book. And so I'm really, really excited to see the combination of health, medicine, and science in this book, as well as seeing how the queer politics are balanced in the book and seeing how these 2 boys are handling their impending doom. So that is my TBR for Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month. Those are all the books that I will be reading, and I will likely be reviewing them along with my October reading wrap-up at the end of the month. Okay, so dinner is almost done. I have my guacamole here, cilantro and limon for my tacos because I serve my tacos traditional style, which means onions, lime, and cilantro, but I don't like onions, so I just do lime and cilantro. And then I have my tortilla burning on the stove. It's just gonna be a little crispy, and that's fine. And now I'm gonna run out to the grill and see how the steak is doing. Carne asada, tacos, and papas. This is gonna be so good. All right, everyone, that wraps up this video. I have my food, I have my tea, and I'm going to sit down to dinner and watch The Office. Have a great day, and thank you for watching this vlog.